One of my kids, it was either my 7 or 8-year-old, was like, yeah, you know she's a Christian. I was like, how do you know she's a Christian? And like, well,
That's cool.
just because she was so loving and kind.
Now talk about what that means as it pertains to showing up in different senses, right? Because it's like, I like the intro to this. It's like you just show up, warts and all, right? But, you know, you also kind of talked about these people running over to help. They showed up. And then I like what you said, like maybe I would have stood up if my daughter was crying, and I would have done it imperfectly in that sense. Like I would have, maybe I would have felt very awkward, and I wouldn't have done it with as much grace as you, but still showing up would have been a good idea. So
Yes.
What does it look like to, you know, like show up, but not pertaining to how you look necessarily?
Right. Yeah, I think just being there. So I think Kate Lesniewski did this the other day. There was a guy, I think it was an older gentleman at, I can't remember if she was at Kroger or Walmart, a store here locally. There's an older gentleman who fell and he started bleeding from the head, I think. I don't know. It was a dramatic thing, but Kate showed up. She came in. There was a granddaughter or grandson with it, the old man, and she immediately came in and started talking to him and calming the child down. I think it may have been a little girl. Let's just pretend for the sake of this conversation, it's a little girl. And so the grandfather was so upset about the little girl being hurt or scared because he had this fall. People are calling the ambulance and stuff. So she kind of pulls him aside and she's like, it's okay. I've got him. It's okay. Your papa's going to be okay. We're going to figure this out. And she just showed up and she was there and she loved on this little girl. So the older gentleman could calm down. The staff could help him and intervene. So I think in that situation, it's just showing up. I had a woman show up, and these are kind of like emergency situations. It doesn't need to be an emergency. I did an episode a while ago, helping strangers because you can. I don't remember what episode number it is. I'll try to figure it out and link it. But this woman, Dawn, showed up. I had an emergency situation. I went in, Liam's 2 front teeth fell out. And I walked into the dentist's office and everyone looked like deer in headlights and they all froze. And I'm holding my son's mouth. You know, there's a lot of blood. Once again, my kids bleed a lot. No, I'm holding him, trying to calm him down. I have my other 3 kids in the car. Everyone's just kind of paused. I'm trying to get Liam to go back, but he's scared to death and wants me to go with him. He was like 7. So this woman just puts her hand on my arm. And I remember feeling her arm and she was cool, calm, and collective. And she just put her hand on me and she's like, I'm here. What do you need? I can help. I was like, I have 3 more children in the car. She's like, I will go get them and take care of them. You go with him. I'm like, okay, thank you. I didn't even know this woman's name. I went back with Liam. We were there for 3 hours. This woman, Dawn, was so beautiful that not only did she stay and look after my kids, her husband brought home her son who was there for like a teeth cleaning, and she stayed in the waiting room until everything was said and done. And afterwards we were talking about her, and I think it was my daughter Avila, or maybe it was Liam, I can't remember. One of my kids, it was either my 7 or 8-year-old, was like, yeah, you know she's a Christian. I was like, how do you know she's a Christian? And like, well,
That's cool.
Just because she was so loving and kind. And I was like, yeah. I'm like, did she mention Jesus to you? No, I was mainly watching a movie, but she was really nice to Peter and just talking nicely to her, or to him. And I love that my child knew this obviously is a Christian. And she said, I don't know if she's Catholic or not, but she's definitely a Christian. And later on, I got Dawn's number. We called each other. I had her on the show. Turns out she is a Christian. She's evangelical, beautiful, sees an opportunity to be Jesus, shows up, is Jesus. And I can't tell you what her hair looked like. I can't tell you, like, it had nothing to do with, like, she probably was dressed like a normal person would be dressed but her day was not meant to spend 3 or 4 hours at the dentist's office.
Yes, it was. She just didn't know it.
Oh, yeah, maybe. There you go.
Yeah, the Lord called her to do that. You know?
Yeah, the Lord called her to do it, and she said yes.